This is Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Air Raid. The figure is part of the fifth wave of Deluxe Class figures for the Dark of the Moon toy line. First things first, let's do the packaging. Air Raid. There you go. And folks, I have to tell you this. The pictures that they have him here in the packaging in robot mode and the ones you've seen on the internet do not do justice to this figure. It just makes him look crappy. It makes him look like a frog that's on his hind legs. It just doesn't. The jet mode looks great, but the robot mode just looks horrible in these pictures. And I have to say, once you've opened this guy up, he actually will grow on you. And I actually like this figure, despite hating the pictures I've seen on the internet of it. And I was like, why did I even buy this on regular retail? I should have probably just waited for this guy to go on clearance. But I'm pretty happy I actually got him. So much so that I'm thinking of getting another one. If it does go on clearance. The figure looks great. It's not super great that you want to go out and hunt for this one, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as what the pictures depict him to be on the internet and in packaging. So with that kind of packaging, the illustration at the back of the packaging, people were just really ignoring this figure, but I actually like it. His robot mode is just great. He's a little bit spindly, yeah, but he looks great. He looks like if you saw the movie Troy, he looks like a Greek soldier or a gladiator. Is there no one else? Hector! Hector! No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I'll give you a quick 360 of the figure. It's pretty good. Officially, you have to transform. I like the fuselage, the half of the fuselage to look like this, but it's not the official transformation. Official transformation is you collapse everything and just sort of assemble. It's like the front part of the plane is on his back, and that's the official way of doing it. It's more collapsed and compressed, but I'm not a big fan of this one. But anyway, that's the official mode, which will come in handy later if you want to store the shield in bot mode. He's got a shield like a Captain America thing going on. It does convert, as the packaging says, into a gun. You fold it that way, and his mech tech weapon is activated by pushing this part. That. So it's pretty cool. I'm actually liking this gun mode, this mech tech weapon. It's pretty cool. And if you want to store his weapon, the shield, you can do so just like how Captain America does it, or the Greek soldiers do it. They store it at the back. So that's pretty cool as well. He does not have a right hand. This is the only drawback I see in this figure. I think it's laziness on the part of Hasbro. I think they could have still compressed the fins, folded this way, and have a hand swivel out in some ways or another, but they decided to be a little bit too gimmicky on this one and have a sort of like a flail going on, a spiked whip, ball and chain, whatever. It can be a club if you extend it and just pretend it doesn't bend, or a melee, I don't know. But it is a medieval weapon on him. Something a Decepticon might perhaps have and not an Autobot, but it is there. So, there you go. Articulation, he's got a swivel neck, no waist or torso articulation, ball jointed shoulders, bicep swivel, a hinge elbow, lots of articulation on the flail, ball jointed wrist, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, and a little bit of a hinge hips going back and forth because of transformation, hinge knees, and no ankle articulation. Okay, so very, very cool. He's got the thrusters of the jet on his armpits, on his back, so you can actually... Oh no, he's going to fly backwards. Anyway, so that's that. Very, very nice. The robot mode gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Transform him. Oops, excuse me. What you want to do is go ahead and fold up the tail fin like that. Instructions have a roundabout way of transforming the figure. Once you figure it out, there's an easier and simpler way of doing it, but they are a bit helpful. So no instruction killings today. Go ahead and open this one up. There are MechTech ports here, 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 and here, but they seem a little bit useless in robot mode. Maybe these will work, but we'll see it more in effect in alt mode. So go ahead and flip this. The neck has grooves right there that get stuck on those pegs, and it takes a little bit of a force to really bring it down. You sort of has this automorph kind of thing going on. That's pretty cool. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and fold up the shoulders as well as the arms like that. Go ahead and rotate this part. Same thing here. You can rotate everything once you folded them up. There's really no point in rotating them before folding them up. Like that. And then, oops, sorry, wrote it differently. For parents out there, make sure well, this is my way of transforming it. You can try and adapt it so that your kid doesn't have a hard time doing it. But you know you've done it right when these peg holes are facing you or facing up, because these tabs, these pegs right here on his feet are going to tab into that. Next thing you want to do, fold down the wings, and he's got this delta wing going on here. Pretty cool. The instructions tell you to do this, rotate, and whatnot. I do it this way. Just figure everything out once you folded the limbs. So go ahead and fold it up straight. Go ahead and collapse it to the middle and just rotate the thigh and fold up the heel. Once you've done that, just tab in the feet together. And as I said, the pegs go into those peg holes. Okay, and then everything just tabs in nicely. The other thing that I'm really fascinated, and what really made me a fan of this figure, is the engineering of the transformation. I mean, I'm sure they could have done a lot more with the tail and transformed it into a right fist, but the way the parts just collapse onto each other and they form a very seamless and smooth transformation really is admirable and really amazing about this figure. So great job on the engineering on this one, Hasbro. Your team really did a good job on this. So that's that. That is his jet mode. I'll attach the shield. Okay, well, I'll do it now. You can attach it here, I think, but this is another recon jet model, I think, or radar jet. It's supposed to be here. Okay, and he's got some landing gear. Kinda, the jet looks kind of like a commercial liner, like yeah, a passenger jet. But it's well, yeah, that's how really these recon jets have been designed. So I suppose it's pretty accurate. But it looks at a certain angle like a passenger jet. Anyway, he's got some landing gear that don't work. They're just molded in. So you can have him standing up, or you can have him on the ground with, what am I saying? Just have him on the ground without worrying about bobbing up and down. Anyway, so landing gear. Just a bit of a size comparison on how small he is. He's completely out of scale with the deluxe class. He'll probably be much more in scale with the, no, not even the Scout class, maybe with the Cyberverse Legion class. Maybe he'd be in scale with that. But it's pretty small. But I like it. I like the alt mode. The alt mode gets a 9 out of 10 for me. The shield can even work. Like, he's gonna fly into to help the Autobots, and Decepticons, shoot at me, shoot at me, shoot at me here, only here. He's gonna block everybody. The MechTech gimmick still works, even in jet mode. So that's pretty cool. You can shoot Decepticons even in jet mode. Very nice. So that's, yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. All right, on to the paint apps. The shield is going to be positioned when this guy's going to be packaged this way, I think, and then the shield is going to be here. And a lot of the figures have really crappy paint apps. The first thing you want to look at is the shield. The shield, a lot of them I've seen have the silver scratched off. I mean, a lot of scratches on the silver, and some of the shields I've seen have not. The silver hasn't has not been applied evenly. There were some gray bits here that were not painted, like this one. There's some gray bits showing right there. But first thing you want to look at is make sure that the shield looks great. I mean, it's evenly painted and no scratches. That's the first thing you look out for. Second, there is a no, okay. We'll do this one first. The turbines, the jet turbines, the silver sometimes bleeds into the green molding, and as you can see on mine, there is a little bit of just a tad bit of overlapping, but they should not overextend. The paint should not overextend the groove right there, just on the rim. Next, you want to look at the Autobot symbol. Autobot symbol should be completely painted. Some of them have scratches and whatnot. And finally, these hinges over here, sometimes some of the green paint, spray paint, have been bleeding into or have been painted over the silver, which really doesn't make it look good. So those things you have to look out for when you're looking. I've seen some with great shields with crappy jet, great jet, crappy shield. So it took me a while to really get one that had acceptable paint apps, and this one was pretty good. So there you go. Again, I forgot to show his light piping. I think I did. He's got great light piping, which unfortunately I can't show now. But light piping is something like this. It's clear, clear plastic. Okay, so that's that. It's a great, great figure. Do not judge this book by its cover, folks. It is a good, well-engineered transformer. And if you like jets, and if you like the movieverse, you're going to love this one. If you want to know my latest toy purchase and upcoming reviews, and yet another useless size comparison here, I forgot to show him off. My latest toy purchases and upcoming reviews, please follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/fxfranz. So there you go. Transformers, Dark of the Moon, Deluxe Class, Air Raid. Yes, he's an aerial bot. Thanks for watching.